Machines, they kind of have souls themselves too. We drive our personal cars every day. We wash them, we clean them, we give them names. It's kind of like it becomes part of your soul. Machines are destructive, powerful, beautiful, and elegant all at the same time. If you do listen to them, you will hear them speak or hear them breathe if you listen carefully. I know I said that I was born with Thomas the Tank Engine in my hands. Probably when I was just about learning to walk, maybe at the age of, between the ages of 3 and 4, that's probably when I was introduced to Thomas, and just like a lightning bolt, it struck to me that I like trains. And ever since then, I just began to study them and draw them and try to capture them both in the machine and the soul of what they produce. I have Asperger's. It's a disability. As you notice, my speech stutters, and sometimes my letters might confuse with others. When I was younger, I couldn't even talk to you. I'll stutter, I'll panic, I'll freeze. So that was a really hard time for me growing up, with kids always making fun of me and not always feeling in the right place. But when I came up to Alaska, everyone was much friendlier, everyone always willing to help you out, so I felt like I was at peace up here. I was born and raised in Jackson, New Jersey. I lived there for the first 22 years of my life. It's hard to describe, but I just was always feel cramped in because Jersey, if you look at the size of it, Jersey's this small, and it's got more people than the state could handle. And when we look at Alaska, which is so big you can't even put it in the woods, there's more land than people. In fact, you can take the whole state of Jersey and put it in the Brooks Range and no one will ever know it's there. Basically, so this is my home, like I said. Just a little garage, and this around us is paradise. The house straight up ahead, that's where my aunt lives, and she too is an artist. You can't quite see it, but just past that little outhouse is another house up there, which is called the tree house. This right here is my whole room. My bed is right over here. This is where so-called the magic happens, where I draw. As you can see, yes, everything is a little discombobulated, but, you know, as an artist, I do things my way in the way I want to do it. And basically, you know, got a little fridge, a little microwave, all my artwork on my walls, and this is where I just chill, relax, and like if I had a rough day or something ain't going quite right, you know, I'll just come here, you know, pop a movie in, or do some drawing, or watch a funny video from YouTube, and just relax. I first went to Ocean County College in New Jersey. I did that for 3 years. It was supposed to be 2 years, but got into a terrible car accident, which did change my life because I was injured. And in a lot of ways, after I recovered and finally graduated, that helped me pursue life itself, because all it takes is just a blink of the eye, and then before you know it, your life can change.
So how did that change you?
Both physically and mentally. I mean, I was in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. It tore up my ligaments. I was just trying to help a stranger, and I just was in the one place at the one time and just got hit. And once I finally recovered, I mean, my ligaments were completely screwed, so it took me 6 months just to regain to even walk again. And through all that, I kind of expressed my pain in some ways in the drawings, but once I kind of stopped feeling sorry for myself, saying it was just an accident, I kind of relieved the pain and just let it fall right through. Because if you just rely on the past, you're not living your life. Some of the drawings came from real life events, like for example, the one with the big tidal wave coming at you. That's the 64 earthquake that happened here in Alaska on March 27th, 1964. This one was actually based on a true story. I learned this in a Skagway when I was working there last summer. Basically, a steam engine was trying to help a long freight going up the White Pass, but at mile marker 15 in Alaska encountered a rock slide which knocked the helper engine and 3 cars 1,000 feet into the ravine, which killed a father and son crew, unfortunately, all the way down. And they say the locomotive is still down there to this day because it's such a remote area. When I heard about this story, I thought, how can I capture the moment where all of life is just slipping away, that you're going to face this doom, that you know there's nothing you can do?
He was our first kid. We always had a lot of little kids in the house at Ryan's age. So we could see, as they grew up from 6 months old to a year old, Ryan was always just a little bit different, a little bit into his own headspace, and sometimes a little bit behind the rest of them as far as, social skills and getting along. And it was a little bit of a concern to us, but he was a sweet kid. Was a little bit fussy, but we kind of got used to him that way. At the school, at one of the child study meetings, we had heard at the meeting a word that neither his mom or I had ever heard. They said, well, he might be autistic. We didn't know what that was, never heard of it. So we went home and we talked about it. And we decided, they said he was artistic. So we bought him some pencils and crayons and told him to go draw. And he went into his room and he started drawing, and he never stopped. He's still in his room drawing most of the time.
I originally started with simple contour lines. I just kind of felt empty, and I felt that's how the world was. It was just a pure black void of black and white. Well, there's just no color. But when I did come up to Alaska, when I did learn how colorful and beautiful the world really was, I then spiced up to my artwork, as you can see, which I'm currently working here right now. The two differences, as you can see, between this one and this one is empty and asking for help. I need something to inspire me to, well, I know where I'm going in life. I know I can see the world a whole different perspective, and my drawings and everything would be even more brighter, more experience, and just would be another adventure. My goal for the next 5 years is to get more experience in driving machinery and getting to know Alaska by traveling a lot. And then maybe one day, if I find a lucky go, maybe start a family. But, I can't predict the future. Might go north, might go south. We'll see. I'll see where the compass directs me. But I'll say right now, the future looks bright for me, as long as I keep on track.